Hi guys, how are you? Happy Wednesday. I cannot believe it. I think this might be my last video of the year. Can you believe it? Anyways, I'm so glad you're here to join me. I thought we would talk a little bit about butterflies, and then I have some really cool things I want to show you. So, you know, last week we did some butterflies and out of coffee filters, and I just wanted to show you this book. It's really cool. I wanted to show you some of these pictures. This is talking about how a butterfly is made. Okay, you see the butterfly? The first thing the butterfly does is it lays eggs. Okay, and when the eggs hatch, you can see the little eggs, they become little teeny caterpillars. You've probably seen them on leaves before. They're really, really little. Okay, then the baby caterpillars are hungry. Can you see them all on these leaves? Super hungry. So what they do is they start eating and they can't stop. And you can see here they're eating all these leaves. They eat and eat and eat and eat. You know what happens when they keep eating? They start growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can see they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger in this picture. They grow and grow and grow, and you can see fatter, fatter. Look how big this guy is. You know what's gonna happen when he gets really, really big? He decides it's time to go to sleep. He spins a cocoon. Okay, that's like a little house he makes, and he goes to sleep. And while he's in this cocoon, he starts to change. You know what he's going to change into? Right, butterfly. The caterpillar starts to come out of the cocoon, and guess what? It's not a caterpillar anymore. It is a beautiful butterfly. And when they come out, they have to rest for a little because it takes them a while to get out, and then they're super tired, and then they spread their wings, and then they fly away. Pretty cool. So when you guys see butterflies, you know it came from a caterpillar, and when you see caterpillars, you know they're going to turn into butterfly. And then you know what the butterflies do again? It lays eggs, and it goes all over again. Pretty cool. All right, I was looking at some fun things. I thought, let's do some fun science on our last day. And what I decided to do, two things. My first thing is I wanted to make a rainbow jar, because we did some rainbow stuff a couple weeks ago, and we had a lot of fun, and a lot of you said how much you loved it. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it, and you guys follow along, and then you see if you have these ingredients in your house, and if you don't have all the ingredients, it's okay, just use what you have, and see if you can create your own rainbow in a jar. Okay, the first ingredient I'm going to use is honey. Most of you probably have some honey. So what I saw, what I read about doing this experiment is you don't want to get the honey on the sides of the jar. You want to get it right in the middle. So we're going to try to make different layers, okay? So my first thing is honey, and it's kind of a yellow-brown, but I'm going to put the honey, and I'm not going to touch the sides. Do you think I can do it? I bet you guys will do it better than me. You know why? Because you guys love science and you're pretty good. Okay, look, I didn't touch any of the sides. So honey was my first thing, okay? Second thing, you can see it's sitting here, right? I am going to use corn syrup, okay? And what I did is I took corn syrup and I made it purple. You can make yours purple, you can make it any color you want. It would be fun to make it a color because you can see it's clear, okay? If you don't have purple food coloring, what two colors could you mix together to make purple? I'll give you a hint. Red and blue. Red and blue together will make purple. I had some purple, but I'm at school. But you guys can try to make whatever you feel like. Okay, so here is my corn starch, my liquid starch. Sorry, my liquid corn syrup. Ooh, I just spilled a little. Liquid corn syrup. I'm gonna pour it next. And you know what I'm gonna try to do? Not touch the sides. Do you think I can do it? I hope so. I'm gonna go really slowly. This is light corn syrup, okay? Here we go, really slow. Okay, let me see if it makes a layer. And you know why this works? And you know why you can make different layers? Because lots of different liquids have different densities, and what that means is some liquids are heavier than others. You think all liquids are the same weight? Some are heavier. Okay, wow, you guys. Can you see? I have yellow and I have a purple layer. All right, let's go on to our next layer. How about blue soap? You could use green soap, either one. I'm gonna use blue because that's what I have. And remember what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna touch the sides. Let's see if it works. Really slow, and around and around and around. Okay. And you know why this soap is sitting on top? Because it's lighter than the honey and the corn syrup. Go around and around and around. Oh my gosh, you guys. So cool. Ready? I'm gonna hold it up for you. Ooh, did you see those bubbles? Ready? Look at this. Can you see my 3 layers? So cool. So this is the heaviest, this is the next heaviest, and this is the next heaviest. So the heavy liquid stays at the bottom. Do you understand? Kind of cool, right? Okay, let's try. I'm gonna put it back here so you can see it. Our next layer, ready for this? Olive oil. This is Mrs. Khan's personal olive oil. I'm guessing a lot of you have olive oil at home. I'm gonna pour it in, but guess what? What do I have to do? Not touch the sides. So I'm just gonna put it on top. This. Woohoo! Super cool. Wow. See? Olive oil. Guys, look at this. Can you believe it? So awesome. Okay, the last thing on top is rubbing alcohol, okay? Now what I decided to do was make mine, I put some in this little dish, and I made it red. Woo! It's hard for me to show you without spilling it, but it's red, okay? Now, what I read what to do when we do the rubbing alcohol is, we don't want to touch the sides, use a dropper. Now you might not have a dropper, so maybe just use a spoon, but go really carefully. I think that if you put too much too fast, it might mess up our rainbow. We don't want to do that, right? So if you don't have a dropper, just use like a spoon. But watch, just go slowly on top. Okay, slowly on top. And see if I can make the final layer in our rainbow. Oh my gosh, I'm so curious what colors you guys are going to use or how you're going to do it. And like I said, if you don't have all the ingredients, just use whatever you have. I'm trying to go a little fast, so. Okay, let's do one more big one. Whoop. Okay, let's check it out, you guys. Look at this. A rainbow in a jar. I'm not gonna shake it, I'm just gonna keep it like this. But after you show your family and you have it for a little, if you wanna shake it up, you could see what happens. I don't know what would happen, but maybe it would turn all different colors, or maybe it would just end up the same. that would be a good thing for you to try and let me know what happens. But isn't that cool? See all the different colors? Love it. That was so fun. Okay. I'm going to read you a really fun book called Friends to the Rescue. I feel like we might have read it in the beginning of the year. I couldn't quite remember, but it doesn't matter because I know it was a great book and we had fun reading it. So here we go. I'm just gonna, One bright day, Badger was busy reading when Mouse raced over to him. "Badger, look at this rope I found," she cried. "It's perfect for a clothesline. Will you help me make one?" "Of course," said Badger, and he picked up his tools and off they went. In no time at all, Mouse's laundry hung on her brand new line. "I wonder where the rope came from," said Badger. Then something in the bushes caught his eye. He reached into the leaves and pulled it out. "It's a basket," squeaked Mouse. "It's a mystery," frowned Badger. "How did it get here?" See the basket? Mouse hopped around excitedly. It would make a great house for a hedgehog. Badger nodded. "Let's surprise him." So they patched and mended until the house was perfect. "Hedgehog will be so happy," Mouse giggled, and she was right. "Thank you," squealed Hedgehog. "It's wonderful." "We found it in the bushes," said Mouse. "That's strange," said Hedgehog. "I found something too. Come with me." But when they reached the clearing, Rabbit was already there. "Look at my beautiful cloth," he cried. "I'm going to make it a tent." "But I need to make a hammock," said Hedgehog. "Can I borrow some for a kite?" said Mouse. "We can share it," smiled Badger. "There's plenty to go around." Rabbit carefully divided up the cloth. "Hold on," frowned Hedgehog. "Why do you have the biggest piece?" "Because I'm the biggest," said Rabbit, "and I found it first," huffed Hedgehog. "And my piece is too small to make anything," Mouse sniffed. The friends started to bicker, and there was a terrible argument. "Stop," said Badger. "There's no need to argue. We can share the cloth equally. Look." He divided the cloth into 3 equal pieces. "Hooray!" everyone cheered. "I'll start cutting," beamed Rabbit. But just then, Bird swooped down. "Quick, quick," she chirped. "Someone needs our help." They followed Bird to the tallest tree in the forest. There, clinging to a branch, was a frightened little mole. Can you see him all the way up here? "Help!" he yelled. "Help!" "How terrible," worried Rabbit. "What can we do?" squeaked Mouse. Badger frowned. "We must rescue him." I could try to carry him down," offered Bird, "but I might not be strong enough." "We could build a really tall ladder," Hedgehog suggested, "but that would take a very long time." "I know," said Rabbit. "Mole can jump and we can catch him in the piece of cloth." They all rushed to get it. The friends stretched out the cloth like a huge trampoline. "Jump, Mole," shouted Badger. "We'll catch you." But when Mole looked down, he couldn't believe his eyes. "My hot air balloon," he cried. "A balloon?" gasped Badger. "That's where all those beautiful things came from?" "I tumbled out when the balloon bumped into a tree," called Mole. "I thought I lost it forever." "Don't worry," shouted Badger. "We'll fix your balloon and we'll use it to rescue you." "I'm sorry, there'll be no new clothesline or house," said Badger as they collected the pieces of Mole's hot air balloon. "We don't mind," the friends replied. "We must help Mole." Everyone went to work. They knotted and tied and stitched and glued until the balloon was good as new. "We're coming, Mole!" cried Rabbit as the balloon sailed up, up, upward. At the top of the tree, Badger reached out with a strong, friendly paw. "Don't be frightened, Mole," he said. "Just hold on tight." "You won't let go," whispered Mole. "I promise," said Badger. And with a whoosh, he pulled Mole to safety. "Wow, what great friends you are," beamed Mole. "How can I ever thank you?" "Well," said Badger, "we were hoping you would take us for a ride," laughed Rabbit. "That's a wonderful idea," giggled Mole. "Away we go." And they all floated off toward their brand new adventure. Pretty cool. The end. Awesome. Okay, you guys, my last science project that I think I've done at school before. It's so easy, but if you're just looking for something to play with and you're a little bit wanting to touch something fun, remember how we would have like kinetic sand and fun things in the sensory bin? This is a really easy thing to make, and it only has 2 ingredients: cornstarch and water. And I'm going to show you, and you can show your parents or grandparents this and try it at home. And it's really fun to just play with, but it's messy. So put down some newspaper and be ready, because we know it's very, very messy. Okay, the first thing, I'm going to put some cornstarch. I'm going to do 2 of these and 1 of water. So you have to do double of this for how much water you use, okay? So I'm gonna do 2 of these, okay? Here's 1, okay, and then I'm gonna do 1 more. Okay, so 2 of these, and then 1 water, okay? So whatever measuring you use, just do 2 of the powder cornstarch and 1 water. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna pour it in really slow. And then I thought it would be fun to make it green. Why not, right? So I'm gonna put a little green food coloring in it. And now I'm going to stir it up, okay? Stir it with a spoon, and you know what happens when you mix cornstarch and water? It makes a really cool feeling. It's like a Play-Doh, but it's liquid, but then it's solid. It's super cool. Okay, can you see it at all? I'm gonna mix it with my hands because I think that'll be faster. And it feels so cool, you guys. You're gonna love this. So look. See? Look at this. It's so weird. It's like powder, but yet it turns to liquid. It's so weird. And look how messy it is, right? And then you know what else I had? I found one of these from Strawberries, and I wanted to show you. If you want to play with it, you can find a container like this. Watch this. You put it in here. How cool is that? And if you catch it, it turns solid. Isn't that weird? Look at this. It's so cool. You have to try it at home. Okay? It's cornstarch and water. It's so easy. And you probably have food coloring or some sort of coloring to make it a cool color. Okay? So fun. This is like something really easy for you guys to do. Okay? Anyways, I am so excited to see you tomorrow for a Zoom at 10 o'clock with Mrs. Greco. I love you guys. I'm excited to see your faces and take some pictures if you do any of these art projects. Okay? And show it to me. Love you guys. Bye.